Hello, everyone. Welcome, DTL Crew. My name is Frank Scattoni, but you know what? It's Ciaran Thornton's world, and we just live in it. What's up, my man?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting used to drinking champagne up here at Santa Anita. It's a good feeling, I must say.
Well, I'm gonna go out and say that you owe the Double Trouble crew a lot of money because I think ever since we started the show, you're undefeated. Your horses are undefeated, man.
They are good look. And then I wore my tan suit so everyone can see it, like the sand. It's the name of the horse is actually Arrakis. What did Frank say the horse was called? Arrakis?
Frank was calling him Arrakis, but I don't know because, like we talked the other day, I'm not a Dune guy. I'm a David Lynch guy, but I'm not a Dune guy. I didn't see the original, and I had no interest in seeing the remake.
Whatever. Well, so this first leg,
Arrakis or Arrakis, what does it matter? We just call him a winner.
Winner, chicken dinner, yes.
Well, congratulations for those who weren't watching earlier on the Santa Anita feed. Ciaran and Little Red Feather and Arrakis just won very nicely in race 6.
Yep. Now we've got lots of options. I mean, Freshu was like, yeah, we can do it. He wasn't even breathing. And you know the other horse I say that does that after races is Gold Phoenix. The horse didn't even look like he raced that race. Closed well, galloped out. And he was originally bought to be a dirt horse, believe it or not. That was going to be our one try at the Kentucky Derby and had issues. So we might go a mile next out. We might go 6 furlongs. We might go dirt here in January at Santa Anita. Who knows? Lots of options. Nice feeling when you got a horse that can do lots of different things.
Yeah, and the way the horse finished up, I mean, 2 turns on the turf should not be a problem at all. The horse is one going 5 furlongs, one going 6 furlongs. Yeah, being able to have that kind of versatility is very, very helpful. So I know you have all your little fancy bespoke Little Red Feather suits, but you got one of these?
What's that?
That is a custom-made The Padre T-shirt that showed up.
The Padres?
In my mail. I got fans all over the world from Little Red Feather.
All right.
Custom-made shirts. How about that?
Hopefully you guys can hear me.
I'm going to wear my A&M shirt today.
I'm hanging out in the cool room here, Quigley's secret office, the Eddie Logan. So the speaker's right above me, so when it gets really loud in the announcements, excuse me.
We'll get to mute you. That'll be fun. But,
I'm already knocked out of the pick 3 because I did not bet the horse that everyone knew was going to win, because that horse went 3-5 with a 15K early bet and won like everyone knew except me that horse was going to win.
Yeah, so let's see. Let's go. The start of the late pick 4, according to my column on the Santa Anita Park website. The leg 1 was run by number 7, Crow Santa, 8-1 on the morning line.
And I had that one too. We got 9-2, which wasn't bad.
Leg 2, number 10, Margot's Boy, 5-1 on the morning line. So I'm 2 for 2 right now, but I think it gets very, very tricky here. I thought
that's great news.
So hard.
Now I'm going to change my bet. Who is your top choice in here, Frank, so I can adjust my bet?
Well, you think I can only win 2 A's in a row? Is that what you're trying to say?
A broken clock is right twice a day, and you've had your 2 twices. That's your twice now. So that's it. You don't get 3 or 4. You get twice.
Well, what if I have another clock? Can't one be right twice and the other one be right twice more?
Pigs do fly. We'll see.
I've got 2 clocks here, man. I thought this was a very, very, very tough sequence. We're going to go just real quick just to say hello. Dana Ryan, thank you for joining us. Yes, we're going to talk about Madame Secretary in just a minute because I believe she is on both of our tickets. Doug Ford, thanks for joining us. Thanks for the 7th in race 7. You're welcome. Onofre Cabato, good job, Frank. So far, so good. Single Margot's Boy, 2 more to go. Okay. Well, unfortunately, like I said, Onofre, the waters get a little deeper today.
Tough. It's either going to chalk or be crazy prices, I think.
I'm going to put your double play up right away. Let's look at the board. I'm going to pull up my, oh wait, I got to tweet out. We're going live. Let's look at the odds. Let's get organized here now that everything is official and ready to go. Boom, boom, boom. Madam Secretary opens up at 9-5. That's good. That's good. I want the money to show up here. Although I don't know. Ciaran, I'm going to ask you this because I know you do the stats and you probably have a good number for this. But anecdotally, from my experience, having done Southern California racing for so long, this condition, entry-level allowance fillies going a mile on dirt, has been very, very unpredictable from my personal experience. Now, I don't know. The actual numbers might say something completely different, but I always have a hard time with this condition because sometimes funky results do happen.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, the stats don't really give us an insight, but as we know, looking back over the years, I was actually talking with Billy, and someone had asked him why they had a horse entered into a certain condition. And I was like, well, Santa Anita's doing a great job because there's not a whole lot of races to put certain horses into. And, you know, they put these big claiming prices on. There's a reason. Like, more times than not, they're going to get out of it to do something better, but they got to pay the bills as well.
Right. You got to run, right? You got to run.
Yeah. I mean, one of the biggest problems we had last year with Gold Phoenix, with all the rains we had early in the year, we missed a couple of races, and then you get rushed, and then you're looking for spots, and there's certain races you can only run in, and so it's one of the things you kind of have to add to your handicapping.
The longer they stay in the barn, the more bad things can happen. So
they don't make any money. They don't make any money burning up the track in the morning. You know, they got to put in the afternoon.
Absolutely. So let's just look real quick. Right now, like I said, Madam Secretary is now 2-1. Lolo LaPlume is the second choice at 3-1. And then Showers, the Baffert horse, is the third choice at 7-2. Let me see what the Will Pays are paying so we know who the favorite in the double pay is. So from race 8 to race 9, the favorite combination is to the 6. So the 6 is paying the favorite in the double pool. Then the 7, and then the 2. So I don't think that's really for me because I'm tossing a couple of favorites, and you know, if I lose, I lose. You know what I mean? There's certain horses I think I'm not going to be able to bet them enough with a conviction to make money. So I kind of swung a little bit here. I mean, in this first leg, number 5, No Cap, is my top pick. Rispoli's riding, as we've talked about on previous shows. The clock in his head, I think, is the best we have in this colony right now. Like, he has everything timed great. One last out, jumps in class from a 20K optional claiming. So it's not that this race is, you know, out of reach, if that makes sense. And I put this horse will not be 6-1. I mean, what are we looking at now? Wow, we're 8-1. I'm actually kind of shocked at the price. I'm like totally disagree with you. I mean, this is a Calbred facing open company for the first time. Has never been 2 turns before. Has been 14 races, all sprints. Did you think this horse was just going to break on top and wire the field?
I think this horse is going to smoke him at a good price. And the Frank off angle is fantastic.
No, there's especially no off. I've never bet this horse. So Frank's never been on, and he's never been off. So
Frank's not on means I really love this horse now.
I had a hard time seeing it, just because I think Showers is going to go. You know, Madam Secretary is going to be stalking there, pressing the pace. The only way I see the 5 winning is wiring the field, and the horse has never been 2 turns before, so it was just very confusing to me.
I thought this horse had really, really good, like the last race at Del Mar, really fast early. Yeah. And then held it. And I thought, so this turf course right now is extremely fast, just so you guys know.
Race is on dirt, Ciaran.
What's that?
It's a dirt race.
What I'm saying, it is, I guess.
How many drinks have you had today, buddy?
Only 3, but a couple of them were champagne.
You better drink more.
Well, usually I have my other laptop going, and I'm on the phone, so I don't have everything to look at. It's
okay. It's okay. You're allowed. You're riding high off your win, man. It's okay. That's why I'm here. I'm here to keep the facts straight. So this is a mile on the turf. This horse is stretching out from a 5-furlong turf sprint and facing open company for the first time. This horse is a Calbred. Yeah, I think it's a very, very tough spot. I'm not saying the horse can't win, but
the dirt. And this horse is actually the horse has won on dirt before, so it's versatile,
right?
Which is a big thing, you know. And I've seen a lot of horses and a lot of these trainers when they have such sharp early speed on turf, which is what I was trying to say before I messed up, go back to dirt and do really well. That's one of the notes I have, so it's one of the reasons I upgraded it.
You know what? For some reason, our picks didn't save. So I'm going to have you talk about your other contender in here while I type in your actual pick. Because I did this earlier, and for some reason, it did not save. So
my other top pick in here is Madam Secretary, Demuro from Mandela, who's gotten very hot. He's 3 of 6 in the last month, and I've been talking about him all summer long, and Frank was off him, but I think he's finally come around. He's starting to get his clock in his head here in California. His ROI is off the page in the last month. He closed big last out with JJ, who obviously is on the Baffert in here, but I thought we'd get we're getting it doesn't even matter that JJ's not on this horse. We're still getting a JJ price, if that makes sense. I thought we'd get a better price on the 7, just because JJ left. But we're still getting the same hammered price, so I'm okay with that.
Well, that's because the horse is apparently working well, according to one of our viewers earlier, which is really good information.
Now, this is one of these.
Ciaran, just make sure I got your right there. 5-7 with 5-7.
Yep.
And then 5-7 with 2, 3, 5, 7, 10, 11. So you only have the 5 and 7 in this leg. Tell us why you structured your tickets this way. And it's obvious to me that you don't have a strong opinion in the nightcap, which is why you're very spready.
Well, I kind of had a strong opinion. I did $10, but I also thought, like in the nightcap, I didn't really have a lot of stats, but I thought it was wide open, and there was a lot of horses who could do something. Like the crazy price horse, which I probably wouldn't have used. The DTL Crew, I sent out my notes for yesterday's race, and I actually mentioned that 50-1 second to last race winner. I didn't bet it, and I would have been knocked out anyway in my double. So usually I would have shied away for it, but after yesterday, Best Known Secret number 2, debut horse for a small stable. You know, we're always cheering, and the trainer does really well with 2-year-olds. So she doesn't have a whole lot, but when she wins, she wins. Then we got number 3, the Mandela Smith horse, and you know, they usually need one, but as we've talked about over and over, this is the kind of price horse in the last leg Smith will win on. He'll win on a 10 or 15-1 horse that we toss versus the 4-5 favorite he shouldn't fall off of. I thought number 5, if you put a gun to my head for the last leg, Chapter 1, number 5, Rispoli from McCarthy, they're winning 30%, faded in the debut, normal second out, improvement. And I thought if you had to single, the number 5 would be the one. But I also thought number 7, Iris Each, the Freshu Phil horse. And, Freshu is the greatest jockey since Rispoli right now. So he's going to get another winner here on that one.
All right. Well, let me put up my play so we can talk about who I like in this race. I am with you, Ciaran. I like the 7 the best. That's my strongest opinion in this race. So you'll see that I have most of my action going through the 7 singled here. But I'm also using the 2 and the 6. The 2, the Baffert horse, is really just an X factor. No idea what this horse is going to do. She looks slow. Her comeback race stunk. But, last year they tried her in the Oakleaf off a maiden race. So there's got to be some ability here. And the fact that JJ rides makes me interested. So I expect that horse to be forwardly placed.
I agree.
Baffert has that one ready. And then I think if there's a pace meltdown, that sets things up perfectly for Lolo LaPlume, who is the 6 horse with Mike Smith riding for Hess. Do I love them? Absolutely not. But those are my alternatives to the 7.
My notes were like, why is the number 6 the favorite? And whenever the reason I actually tossed the 6 is when I put notes on my things like, why is this horse the favorite? More times than not, I win money by tossing such a horse when I think it shouldn't be the favorite. So I'm trying to squeeze out probably a little bit extra juice. I might be wrong, but that's the reasoning behind me tossing the 6 in here. The number 2 Showers, I put that Baffert horse. The wheels fell off the last 2 races, but then JJ hops on.
Right.
There was a bullet work, not risked, and then my notes were, this is a one more shot for this horse race, and otherwise we're going to see it in like a 50K or 20K claimer. So I think this is a make or break for that one, or they're going to clean it out of the stable. Right. So, I mean, I couldn't talk you off it. And so, at 7-2, that's actually a pretty good price for a Baffert.
And then in the last race, I'm about 4 horses, the 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we can talk about that in a little bit. Let me just roll through the comments, see who people like in this race. And then we'll talk about some probables to see if we need to change our bets at all. Go DTL, yay, Ciaran from Terry. Thank you, Terry.
How long do we have?
Frank handicapped the 2K exact in the finale. Yes, neither did I. It was my B horse. I really needed Lahaina Flavor to win the nightcap to make a lot of money yesterday. But thanks for calling that out, Chris. Appreciate it. All right, let's see. Dan H, perfect attendance, Dan. 6, 7, 5, 8, 10, first pass. All right, well, you keep working on that, and we'll come back to it. Yes, Sunriser, I appreciate that. I did notice that. For some reason, my updated graphics didn't change, but I got it. Thank you, Paul, for letting us know as well. All right, Ciaran, if the 5 is a top pick, why not play in the daily double? He does. I had the wrong banner up, so just forget that. Yes, it was a typo.
Frank put the wrong stats up.
Everybody, let us know who you're playing. Ciaran, let's roll through some probables to see if anyone's being overbet here.
All right.
So let's look at the 7 with. Well, right now, the favorite combo in the double is the 6-6. What?
6-6? Really?
Smith? Is that Smith? What is that?
No, that's the 6 in this one is Smith with Barrios in the next race.
Oh, the
Cactus Charlie. But I mean, I put on there, Miller is ice cold. And like, what annoyed me about yesterday, Frank, and that late double, I actually tossed the Glatt horses, and I still couldn't hit. I had part of it.
He's been ice cold too. He's been ice
so
cold.
So it's one of those things. I'm going to let them beat me for a while, but especially if they're on a favorite, and if they have 2 horses in a race, I'm definitely off those trainers. They might beat me, but that's my angle for now.
So the lowest payout with the 7 in this leg is to the 6 in the next, $114. And I don't think, do you have the 6 at all?
I did not use them. I tossed them. I'm trying to.
I didn't use the 6. Oh no, I do have this. I have a saver with the 6.
I was going to do a saver, and I was like, you know what? I'll save my saver money for later, or something for Jack Daniels in the last race. We'll do some trifectas.
So 7-3 is 168. 7-5 is 125. 7-7 is 151.
Oh, that's
7-8
nice.
is 122.
What about 7-11?
7-11 is the one you probably want. 795.
Yeah, I mean, and the 11 in the last race, when we were down before Arrakis won the race, Jessica was out there, and you can see the little bump right now. So Ricky knows what's coming, and he needs to win. And he's riding for a small stable that on 2-year-olds is 6 of 18, which is what I mean. It's a horrible post. The 11, Kilmer, I'm talking about on the last leg, but stable is 6 of 18 on 2-year-olds, and you cannot discount that. I mean, you never know, and he's riding fantastic right now. And
let me ask you this, Ciaran, because there's a horse in the next race who I think is very, very live that you don't even have on your ticket, and that's number 8, Green Screen, the Graham Motion horse. I thought that horse would scratch for Keeneland. Why is that horse even here?
My notes here was Green Scene ships in for Saratoga for this race. In capital letters. But workouts at fairgrounds, none here. This could be a really sneaky ship out horse, or what I ended up landing on is the fact that they didn't work out here is I'm thinking it's a prep for undercard at Del Mar. I could be wrong, and I would not talk you off using that one because, as we always say, when this trainer ships horses out here, They are live.
Right.
But I was thinking maybe it's a spin around, and I'm not a fan of KK, as you know, right now. But
Yeah.
he might come back and bite me.
He's on so many live horses. Yeah, that FAI, that's actually Fair Hill, I think. That's a training
Fair Hill.
that Graham Motion uses. But
I always like to see them.
This might be a prep for a stakes race on the undercard of Breeders' Cup Day,
which is what I thought, and I was like thinking, why not take a spin over the track here? You know what I mean? Like, the last race was in August, so they obviously had this in mind. Right. And then they did the last workout last week. They're going to come out here, race, and then they got, 3 weeks to the next one. So I thought it was a prep, but who knows?
This is why we have the best DTL crew, the best crew in the business. Dan H. with the info. Green Screen was on the AE list in Keeneland. So that's why the horse ends up here, because wasn't even going to be able to race at Keeneland. So you're right. Maybe Graham wanted to just get a prep in this horse to race for bigger money on Breeders' Cup weekend.
And even that Breeders' Cup, it might be one of those nice races at Del Mar in November too. I mean, it doesn't have to be Breeders' Cup weekend. So
it could be closing weekend for the Turf Festival. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Cubby Dave is 5'7" with 357. Okay, I think those are all of the same horses that we have, right, Ciaran?
Yeah, we have them all.
5'7". No, I don't think any of us have the 3 in this race, though. Who's the 3?
He has 5'7" with 357, right?
Oh, correct. You're right. He has the 3. Oh, he has the Mandela first with Smith up, who you have.
Now I'm going to throw something out here, Frank. What would have been my top pick in this race was number 4, Shared Future. Top last race speed, third off the layoff, top speed at the distance. But my notes were in capitals were, I just wish there was someone else riding. It's one of these horses, I think a new jockey might light it up, if that makes sense. And the number 4 has a big chance in here, but I didn't use it because I was like, I'd love to see a new jockey on. Plain and simple.
The 4 is a very honest 6-year-old mare. She shows up every time.
And I just think it's one of those horses, maybe a new jockey might wake the horse up, Give it a shot. Try someone else. Every single race, same jockey.
They're loyal. What can I say? I don't mind that.
I mean, I get it, but sometimes you got to go, hey, I'm going to try someone else just to see. And I think this is a perfect candidate for it just to see, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. But, this horse will be grinding along no matter who's up, right? So if the race does fall apart, it's going to be a 6-year-old mare, Shared Future, and the 3-year-old Lolo the Plume trying to pick up the pieces late. And, that age difference is a big deal. I'm with you, Ciaran. I didn't know why Lolo Plume was so short on the morning line.
Yeah, I was. I'm still.
Elders, deep closer.
I'm still like, why?
I just think because if the race falls apart, because there is a lot of speed, right?
I think if the race falls apart, my notes say number 4 is a top closer in here. Like, I would tell you right now, if Rispoli was on the number 4, it would be a single for me in this race. And I'm just going to put.
I don't disagree. The 4 she's very honest. She'll just keep ticking off her fractions and keep grinding away late. And I think also that's what Lolo LaPlume is going to be doing. But this 3-year-old is going to have to step up and, run a much better race than she's run before. I just hope it's Madam Secretary.
That keeps us alive, and all our crew is still alive.
Yeah. And I like the comment that, at the top of the hour, Dana made, that Madam Secretary has been training really well. And you know what, Ciaran? Richard Mandela is, I'd say he's having a pretty good meet so far, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
50%.
And he when he's on fire, you absolutely have to pay attention. And a lot of times you go, yeah, he needs a race. Nope, not right now. Like you cannot do that anymore. Like, nope.
This has traditionally been Mandela's meet, right? This used to be the Oak Tree. And remember that one Breeders' Cup at Santa Anita in the fall where he won 4 races. So, Mandela, he points to this meet.
The only negative for this horse is they don't have enough space in the winner's circle.
Oh, it's my race horse.
Because there'll be like 9,000 people down there. So
You know what? I'll tell you right now. For my racehorse, we're actually getting great value. Usually they're 4 to 5.
No, usually they hammer it. Well,
Yeah,
they probably said only
pretty darn good, actually.
they probably said only 50 of you can come into the winner's circle, so the rest of them said we're not betting on it.
Oh my goodness, that's very, very funny. Real quick, Dan H has a stat for the 11 in the last.
Number 3 is out.
In
Stewart
race?
Scratch. Stewart Scratch, number 3.
Oh, well, that changes things because that horse had a little speed. I thought that horse would be up in the Vanguard early as well. That makes things better for your no cap. Now no cap has one less horse to clear to get to the lead on inside of him.
Yep.
Oh, this would be just your luck, man. Scratching into a winner
Well,
because the other speed scratches out of the race.
I'm going to say it. I might actually have to do a bet on JJ here with the number 2. What's the 2 with the 5-7 paying right now, Frank?
All right. 2. Are you talking about the double?
Yes.
2 with 5 is 174. 2 with 7 is 200.
All right. I'm doing a $5 double. 2 with the 5-7.
They just came in, though, because of the scratch. So 158 and 187 now.
Still not bad for $10.
Still pretty good.
Especially when I was putting my notes. I mean, it's one of those things like this Baffert is either going to destroy these horses or we're going to see it at a 20K claimer.
Yeah. Well, based on the way the horse is being bet, I think the 20K claimer is more of an option. Because if this horse was truly live, don't you think the horse would be 8 to 5?
I don't know. I've seen it happen a lot where they're not, and he does really well. Like when he throws away the horses, he tosses them, and they still do pretty damn well. The fact that they did not, and the fact that they did not toss this horse, and JJ's riding it, is why I'm kind of upgrading it. Like there was a race earlier today. You know who won earlier today, Frank? The horse I owned a chunk of. One of these days.
I know.
And I was in the suite with Billy, and I was telling him, well, it knocked them out of their pick 5, and I was like, I'm all over one of these days. I was like, JJ's riding, and then Billy gave me this thing. You don't know what goes on behind the scenes. I was like, Billy, remember when we played golf a year ago, and one of these days was going to race at Del Mar, and I said, hey, JJ, after we golfed, will you ride this horse for us? He goes, absolutely, I'll ride it just for you. But then Baffert entered a horse, and he's like, dude, I can't ride the horse. So JJ got on today and won. So I'm JJ all the way now.
Right, but you got spun for Baffert. Anyway, well, Ciaran, they're at the gate, so they're going to break pretty soon. I'm going to mute my mic. Good luck to everybody. Ciaran, mute your mic too. Mute your mic.
Wow. Well, hopefully I talk people into using that horse, Frank.
Armando Aguilar.
any other jockey, that was my top choice, as I said. At least I'm on record of saying it. Yikes.
I told you this condition stinks, man. It's such a bad condition. It's never the favorite. I mean, look, 7-2, 7-2, 2-1, 5-2. No one knew who to bet here. I thought your 5 was home and hosed, man.
I did too, but then he started getting weary legs. And hey, if any other jockey was on that 4, I said that was my top choice in this race. He ran it too. What did he go off of? Oh, 7-2. The money hammered it. At least we talked about the horse, so hopefully some of the DTL crew listens.
Yeah, well, I have the horse not betting it. I have a horse as a B in my write up. We talked about the race setup. We said if it falls apart, the 4 will be running on late.
Yep.
I
thought we were home, but
I didn't have a strong enough opinion in the nightcap to spread here. So, Lolo LaPlume is such a sucker horse. Mad at myself for using that horse.
Well, here, you know who I'm going to hop on here now? Tyler, come over here. I got the face for radio. We got the contest guru here. We're going to have him hop on.
We got a special guest.
What's that? Hello, everybody.
Hey, Tyler, what's up, my man?
Nothing much. I really wish I fired on that 4 there. You know, Mark Ryanford, he's a stand-up guy and under the radar trainer. Really good. He used to work under Blaine Wright, and he's just really good at what he does.
I agree with you, and I always say when small barns win, we all win. So happy to see that. And I think it's Brian Carney. I think owns that horse. Is that right? I see it says Carney.
I literally just asked that question to TQ. He's like different Carney, but yeah, I know. I just asked that. I was like, "Is that our Carney?" And he's like, "No,
Brian Carney."
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, what an honest horse. You know, she just shows up every time and grinds away. And she got the right pace set up today. And but you know, I'm out. I know I'm assuming you're out too.
I was out in the first race, so that was unfortunate for me. I have a bone to pick with like Yogi Boy. I had that horse ending coast to coast months ago for 3,500, and that horse had every problem imaginable and lost by like a head. So
oh my God.
I was trying to get that back today. Didn't work out.
That's how it goes, man.
So Frank, the problem is he's not betting his own bet. The low takeout late double.
I'm going to put that on, and then he comes and bumps you off the screen. I mean, he can't keep his mouth shut.
That's on my shoulder.
So I know you've joined our show before in the chat room. This is Tyler's first time on the show, so you get to put a name with the face. Why don't you tell our audience again about what you do, what your responsibilities are, what you have cooking as far as the tournament stuff goes, all that fun stuff.
So a little bit of that. I'm all over the place. So help develop new wagers, run tournaments, handle VIPs and whatnot. So I'm all over the place. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. But the Coast to Coast and the Sunset Six are definitely a love of passion, without a doubt. So we're always trying to create new wagers out there. We talked about the late pick 3 and the late double too. Those are great wagers as well. Don't get me wrong. But we're always trying to change things up and see what happens. You know, the only way that you can learn is by doing it. You can fail, but you got to change it up and see if the customer likes it.
So I just want to make sure I have your info correct on the screen. Let me put it up there. I always need to make sure I'm spelling people's names correctly.
Yeah, you got it.
Is it Express Bet or First Bet, or does it not matter? What would you prefer?
It doesn't really matter. I've worked for a bunch of our companies, but technically, I guess I'm under the First Technology umbrella.
First Technology, okay.
Yeah, but it's same as Express Bet for the most part.
For the old farts, for the new guns, First Bet.
For the old farts, is actually Call a Bet, but yes.
But no, Tyler, I want to go back to your point of what you're saying. I can't give you guys on Express Bet enough credit for all the growth you've given to the tournament players in the tournament world, constantly looking to innovate, creating new tournaments, a lot of feeders, a lot of qualifiers, a lot of big live bankroll stuff for us to get involved in. So that's awesome. And then, you know, I've said this on the show many, many times, what Santa Anita has done over the last year and a half to benefit the horse player, the retail player, the guys like us who, you know, don't have the technology that, you know, some of the computer guys have. to give us an opportunity where we can kind of play in our own pool, like the game within the game, right? You talk about poker games. It's all about table selection, right? You're not going to sit down at a table with Phil Hellmuth and Phil Ivey and all the big guns. You're going to try and find the smaller fish. And they always say, if you sit down at the table and don't know who the mark is, you're the mark. So I feel like we have our own little group here where we can play these 15% low takeout wagers and actually have a chance to make a score because our money is in good. And if we're good enough handicapper that day, we're going to make money.
Yeah, without a doubt. For those of you that don't know either, too, I was late to bloom in this game. So I wasn't born into it. My last name doesn't mean anything. I'm not a legacy. I got into it in high school, and I asked a bunch of questions, read a bunch of books, and I was lucky enough to have a friend who really knew the game a little bit, and I learned how to bet. So my first job was to teach people how to wager here at the track. I was a wagering ambassador. So I know what it's like being awkward walking into this. So it's tough. It's a tough game to learn. And if we could offer anything to the newcomers and to the veterans, that's what the game's all about.
Yeah, I mean, you have to make your core customer happy while also looking at ways to grow the sport. So I think Southern California does a better job than most places. Everybody's always like, oh, Keeneland this, Keeneland that. And don't get me wrong, Keeneland's great, but they run 6 weeks out of the year. I mean, come on, 3 weeks in the spring, 3 weeks in the fall. How can you screw that up? You can't. Santa Anita's got to run 7 months out of the year. It's not an easy thing to do.
I agree, without a doubt. I mean, it's easy to run a fair, but it's not easy to run a long-term business day after day, year after year. So that's always difficult. People don't understand that. To run a boutique meet is much easier than running all year long or a majority of the year because you have to keep people excited, keep them coming back, and learn some more stuff along the way.
Constantly, and especially a challenge for us out here in California because we have a limited horse popularity. We're on an island. So I thought the racing office did such a great job last year adjusting to the new climate in California with no Northern California racing. Welcomed in all the Northern California trainers, wrote conditions for that kind of horse.
Yeah,
they showed up in the entry box, 10, 12 horse fields, really good racing. And it's nice to see that trend continue. And it's everyone's favorite day on the calendar, the day after Christmas, the real Christmas for horse players. So I know we still got a couple of weeks left in the autumn meet, but that is always something for us to look forward to after the little lull in December. We can't wait to get back at the great race place again. So
that being said, we're also been talking about developing new tournaments during the lull of the fall in between Santa Anita and Santa Anita. So we will have some more stuff popping up. I mean, right now, everything's pretty BCBC heavy. We have a lot of super low ratio qualifiers for BCBC. Next Saturday, we have one for every 20 gets in. Closing weekend, we have Saturday and Sunday. And then we have one right before Breeders' Cup on Thursday. And one for every 20 gets in, $1,000 buy-in, $500 bankroll, $500 to the prize pool. All live money. You keep what you earn.
If you're a horse player and you're not trying to get into the Breeders' Cup betting challenge, you need to change your priorities for next year or these next couple of weeks because it is. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the NHC, but it's a different thing. I mean, the Breeders' Cup betting challenge to me, that's the holy grail. It's the real money. You keep what you win. You're playing against the best players in the world with a live bankroll, and you could walk out with a $550,000 score. And even if you finish third or fourth, like we've seen our boy Dylan Donnelly do really well in that tournament and walk away with stacks. So you got to be in it to win it.
Even Frank walked away with money last year. What was it, $1,000?
Yeah, that's because I was talking to you and you didn't even make your minimums, man.
I missed my minimum by 50 cents. Yes, I know. Tell me about it.
So, in that regard, too, you're talking about scoring at BCBC. My thing is, we're doing all these feeders into qualifiers into BCBC. To me, if I was able to get into BCBC, unfortunately I'm not because I'm a host, but if you earn your way up, you have $7,500 to play on two of the hottest days to bet in horse racing. And so earn your way up, get a $7,500 bankroll, and have fun with it. Earn some money. Who cares if you get in the top 10? You have $7,500 to bet on Breeders' Cup.
And let me add something to that too. So what people don't realize when they have a BCBC entry, you and a guest get to go in there You got an open bar, all you can eat and drink.
Priorities.
You get some of the best seats in the house. And if you don't look like Frank, you actually get to go and hang in the paddock and special areas and stuff. Like, it is, why spend $2,500 on 2 tickets when you can buy into the contest and you might actually have a chance to win money and then get better seats than most people.
I agree, without a doubt.
You notice how Ciaran's first selling point was free drink. Free drink.
Oh, I know. I had him come out to a Gulfstream for Pegasus a few years back. Believe me, free drinks were definitely.
I got to buy a drink in the tournament.
If you're ever invited, anyone out there, if you're ever inviting Ciaran to an event or a party, if you don't have an open bar, he's going to complain to you all night long. So just give the bartender a ton of money and say, just keep that guy's drink full. I don't want to hear it.
Absolutely. I can agree with that.
We actually all need to get out of this race. Who do you like in this last race so we can toss it?
So you can toss it. Well, actually, I think we just spoke about this. We actually agree on the top selection here. The 5-horse, this Yalpon sire has just been hotter than hot lately all around the country. So I'm definitely taking a stab at that. 5-1, you got to love that.
Actually, the prices are great.
5-1 still. So live money or live odds.
This is actually a really great. We can actually get out today. The sports gamblers who lost all their money on sports betting today can get out here. These prices are great.
Tyler, thanks so much for joining us, man.
He's off to run up his tab.
All right, well, let's see who the favorite in the double is here.
Just looking over at the board, Frank, this is a good betting race for us.
The 6 is the favorite, and the double pays $96.
Well, if you're tossing the horses like I'm tossing, I mean, why not? I'm going to keep tossing horses that beat me. So I'm not using the favorite is actually number 6, which I get it, but I'm not using. 8 is 7-2, not using. So, well, might be time for some exacta trifecta craziness.
All right. Well, you think about that. I'm going to roll through the comments. You take a look at it. LD, thanks for joining us. Love your handicapping ticket construction. Larry D will be moving the odds thanks to the double trouble play ideas. Thanks for that, Larry. But unfortunately, it didn't really work out in that last race. But we'll see what we can do here.
I thought we had it.
Jersey looks good, but well, no argument here, man. Yes, everything looks better on Terry. Let's see. All right. We did say best closer in the race. Okay. LD, another twirling candy win. Terry wanted to welcome Tyler. LD. Okay. Let's try and put some bets together, people. If you have any ideas or strong opinions in this race, let us know. I know Ciaran is ready to fire away because can't keep a good man down.
I'm already starting to fire away. I'm going to do a $1 trifecta. I don't have a pen, so you'll have to keep track of my numbers.
$1 try. Go ahead.
5, 7, 11. Over 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. Over 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. It's going to cost me $30.
All right, let's see. Let's take a look at what it might be paying here. Hold on. Let me put it up on the screen. How does that look? 5, 7, 11. 2, 3, 5, 7,
2, 3, 5, 7, 11. Yep, looks good. And I'm tossing the 6 and I'm tossing the 8 in all my bets. So
let's go 5, 7, 11. All right, I'm gonna do the trifecta probable here. So with the 5 on top, to the 7, to the 11 is like 850 for a buck.
I'll take that.
So that's looking pretty good. They're using the 10 in the trifecta with that combination. Did we even talk about the 10?
My notes on the 10 were debut horse for Sadler. JJ's on, but Sadler's stats are off the page, believe it or not. He's 43% on 2-year-olds, which you wouldn't think. You know what I mean? Like, usually you'd think he needs. Let me scroll down here. Hang on.
Yeah, I mean, Sadler can win with first with no problem, especially
Not as often as you would think. You know what I mean? We always go, yeah, he's one of those guys. He's the guy who will buy a $100K claimer horse when the ownership group just is trying to get a condition. So you never know with him.
I don't have a problem with him with firsters. This horse costs $420,000.
So breeding, grass is in the breeding. Jockey trainer, like when Sadler makes the call to JJ, it's on, if you know what I mean. Like 2 wins in a second from the last 5. So, you know, when you look at that, these trainers know when to call the right guys. You know what I mean? When they don't, they call the other guys. They may win, but you got to pay attention to that kind of stats. I will say I really like the 11 when I shouldn't. And the only reason is I want Ricky to win. And then, you know, are we doing a show tomorrow when you're up here, Frank? We're going to do a live show tomorrow?
Well, we're going to have to test some internet spots, but if we can, we will, yeah.
I'm trying to get – I think we should be able to. I would say 99% we're going to do a show tomorrow. But the last race tomorrow, Ricky is on a Baffert horse, and I'm cheering for it because that's going to be one of my bets. I just want him to win for a Baffert.
Let me see, because I did that race tomorrow.
That's a DTL Crew race. Like, come on, cheer for the underdog.
Yeah, I don't like that horse.
That is we just got a major upgrade on that horse, guys. I'm going to have to modify my bets now. That's going to be a $15 double now. It was $5.
So we got 9 minutes to post. Dan thinks this is a tough trifecta race. He's going to look at the exacta, but he is alive in the daily double, put to the 11 only. Hey, that's not bad. We know that's
great.
Good.
No, you're alive to a great horse. Like I really thought this horse had a big chance, and not just because I like Ricky. The breeding is perfect. The trainer does really well on debut turf. 47-second workout. So I mean, 47-second workout, 48 seconds, 1 minute. They breezed it at Del Mar, so. They were thinking about racing at Del Mar, but they probably didn't get the right race. And that's one of those things, like when we come out of Del Mar and into Santa Anita, one of the secret things is you just look at how long they were down there. Were they looking for a condition? Why are they in this race? What could they have run at there? Were there monsters in the race? And sometimes you'll find some really good value digging a little deeper, just looking at where they could have raced and where they're racing, especially on these debut or second-time starters, I think.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point, actually. Just digging a little farther back in the work tab. Carlos, I'm assuming you're alive to the 5 or 6 here. If so, congratulations, and I hope you get it done. What's in the drinks? Well, this was straight bourbon, but I'm out of it. I might need to get up for a minute and get a refill here. But that was just Jim Beam.
I can't even finish my drink, and they're bringing another one over here, Frank, so I'm going to be like, here pretty soon. Now, I will say, all my horses that I've invested in with Little Red Feather and Phil are Irish imports, which is why I really like the 7 here. And the fact that Phil put this horse in here, it's one of those, he may need the race, but he thinks it's a good spot. And I think we're getting a pretty good price. 6-1. I mean, it reflects it too. And Freshu is getting a lot of his horses like this.
Yeah, Phil does terrific with these imports, as you know, Ciaran. I think that horse has a big shot. Brooklyn John is going with the 5, Rispoli. That's one that Tyler liked because of the Yalpon breeding on top. Second-time starter, showed speed in the debut, took money, now moving to turf for a much better second-out trainer. I agree. I like the horse too.
And if you look at if you've got time, pull up that the debut race at Del Mar. That was a horse that looked really good, and then and these are one of these horses you really upgrade second time out. Probably that's why I thought if I had to single, that would be my single, the number 5. just based on the usual second out and the way it raced in the first race.
I just Jonathan Sherman, I apologize. I had saved the picks, and for some reason they didn't. He actually ended up playing your double from last show because when I first put it up, it didn't update the picks. Anytime you're at the races, please
Is he alive?
find me. Drinks for free on me all day, man. I am so sorry about that.
Well, like you alive because I was out anyway. Did we get out of the first leg?
Yeah, we still would have lost anyway, but you know, it would have saved him money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He did make some money, so thank you. Yeah, but you know what? I feel really bad about that. So that's on me, and I owe you plenty of drinks if we ever get together at the racetrack. But thanks for joining us, Jonathan. I really appreciate it.
And now, Frank, on the
comments about this nightcap, let us know. Let's go back to Dan H's exacta suggestion. Let's take a look at that. Let me find it.
What's the 5.7 pan?
5.7 exacta?
Yeah.
Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, what's a 5.7?
5.7 exacta is 35 for a buck.
Really? For $2 or a buck?
For a buck.
Oh, I'm hammering that right now. That's another bet. I'm just going to do a $5 exacta box, 5.7.
All right. So Dan H is not using the 7. He is 5.810, maybe 5.810, 11. $5 exacta, 5.810, 5.810.
Actually, Frank, I mean, you got me into. Frank does the newcomer seminar down at Del Mar, and he needed a schmo when he was tired to step in for him. So I was like, yes, here I come to save the day. So I did a bunch of those races. But one of the things we used to do was, aside from like win, play, show bets, one of the things we used to teach the new gamblers was the exotic bet we would always go for was the exacta. And Frank, what did we always pick in our exactas? 3 horses, right?
Yeah, the simple way to do it for the novice is to do a 3-horse exacta box.
You get 3 bangs for the buck. You only need 2 horses. And then likewise, if you want to do trifectas, we would always do 4 horses. We only need 3. So that's how I know I had graduated up the ranks. So I'm going to add number 11 in my. I'm going to do a 5, 7, 11 exacta box, Frank.
Okay. For how much?
I'm going to do $5 because I'm just going to throw away all the money I made on Arrakis today.
You said Frank needed a schmuck.
So that's
small. I think you meant he said he needed a schmuck.
Schmuck, schmo, same thing.
No, this show already has too many schmucks. We don't need another one. That's the entry level to play the exacta, and then of course you want to graduate to start doing keys. You want to key your horses and bet them accordingly. But you know, for people who are a little intimidated by exactas and whatnot,
I would say if you're just a win, play, show better and you wanted to go up, the exacta is the next logical step. You know, you just go up. You do 3 horses. You get 3 chances to get 2 horses up there.
Brooklyn John is doing a 5, 8, 10, 11 4-horse box.
All right.
Jeff Knight is going to bet the 7, but might drop 2 on the 11, 30-1. Okay. LD has a question for you, Ciaran. What do you think would happen if LRF's I Scream, You Scream sent to broodmare sale or keep trying to get the horse in race shape?
Oh, no. We asked that question today, so I can actually give you some info. Billy will get mad at me. No. They're racing that horse. He's going to race for another year. They want to win some money. So that horse is coming back
next year off like a year layoff.
This year. Yeah, well, yeah. He's coming back, doing great, but there's nothing really now. And
but is she going to come back to the Turf Festival?
She may, but I know they were saying she's doing great. She was a little tired, blah, 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 but she's absolutely coming back, and they've got some big targets for next year. Let's just say that.
I love LD so much because he had already done his Del Mar trip. I guess this was 2 years ago. And then he found out that I Scream, You Scream was running in the grade 1 Del Mar Oaks. And we talked about that. And he's like, well, I'm not sure I can get away and I'm busy and blah, blah, blah. And we just talked and he was like, Larry, how many times are you going to be in a good position to win a grade 1 at Del Mar? Well, first of all, there's only one grade 1 turf race at Del Mar, and that's it. It's the Del Mar Oaks. So you only have one
You're going to laugh at this story, Frank. So Shannon wanted to buy into Ice Cream, You Scream. She loved the name. She's like, I want in this. And I was like, I think it was the week before. I said, I bought into Arrakis. So I was like, no.
Wow.
So it's one of those things. I'm glad Arrakis is now doing what I thought, because last year, oh my God, the amount of grief I got, and I hope the wife's not watching the show right now. Well, I'm sleeping on the couch tonight anyway, but still.
No, she's got a voodoo doll of you. She's poking pins in you. But anyway, Larry decided to come out, and Ice Cream You Scream did end up winning the grade 1, and the rest is history. I hope she comes back better than ever. I'll be rooting for you guys.
From what I heard today, and very nice years upcoming for you guys. And I say that knowing the plan from Gold Phoenix, because Gold Phoenix had a similar thing happen, except he didn't win like Ice Cream You Scream did before the issues happened. So these guys take care of the horses. They place them in the great. You guys are in store for a very nice next year, I think.
Yeah.
And my wife keeps going, why did you not buy in? And I go,
can't win them all, man. I think you've had a pretty good run with Gold Phoenix. But that's always a thing, right? It's like
I was doomed because he was my first one. Like, I should have just quit.
You got a taste of the high life right away. Right away. Yeah, was the high of a high to win. Yes. I mean, that was that's such a rare thing, especially there's only one grade 1 turf race at Del Mar now. That's it. That's all you have. So to have a 3-year-old filly win the Del Mar Oaks, it's like, wow, unbelievable. So happy for all your success, Larry. And we'll be seeing you in a couple of weeks out here for the Breeders' Cup. Can't wait. Speaking of the Breeders' Cup, Vicky Amaris is asking, will we be doing anything for the Breeders' Cup? Not sure yet, Vicky, but you will be the first to know. Believe me, if we announce anything, we will do so and figure something out.
Well, I will say, if I'm actually not in the tournament yet this year. I've not played a lot of This is probably going to be the first time in 5 years I've not played in a BCBC, unless I do what I did last year and win on the last day. But I might be a spectator this year, Frank. And if I'm a spectator, I'll send all my analysis out to the DTL crew. I got their emails. I know not a lot of them have done it. I send the pics out when we don't do it. So
yeah, no, Ciaran, you're very generous with that, and we appreciate that. Dan H has a little angle on the 10 that you were talking about earlier, Ciaran, with afterwards. 10, Dan wants to 3 for 7 on turf, but all the wins have come routing. 20% on turf, that's why I included the 10. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Raging Bull was an awesome race horse. I don't know much
Frank,
about.
I'm actually going to do one of my crazy bets. I'm going to do a 10-cent superfecta box. 2, 3, 7, 10, 11. One of my biggest scores was on a day like today where I almost won everything. Won the bet, didn't watch the race. Later on, logged on, thought, oh, those horses look familiar. Called my dad up and said, Dad, I think I won the superfecta. And he went, go look at the race replay. And I had a 99-1 horse or 90-1 horse lose on the wire to a 20-1. Still paid $6,500 for 10 cents.
Wow.
You can't beat it.
Well, look, they're loading at the gate. Right now, there are 3 horses that cause a pick 6 carryover, 1, the 2, and the 11. So let's root for the 11, because that means some of our watchers and contributors in the DTL crew win.
11 would be.
And there's a carryover. So let's go for that 11.
Yeah, come on, Ricky. You got a baby on the way.
Baby needs a new pair of shoes. All right, they're in the gate. That's a nice view there, Ciaran.
Not too bad. Tom's office has a pretty good view.
Yes, that is the very exclusive Logan Room suite at Santa Anita. When you're a big shot like Ciaran, you get access to all the perks. They're off. Good luck, everyone. Wow, the 9 at 23-1. Not one that any of us talked about. Let me go back and look at my pick 4. I had X the 9. Ugh.
Wow. Oh well, that's crazy. Yikes.
Yeah, I think you were right, Ciaran. I think green screen needed a race, probably prepping for something else because got the perfect trip, but did not just kick on and couldn't run down a 24-1 shot.
And from what I heard from around hanging around everyone, they were saying this turf course is very, very hard. And I know some of the trainers are going, hey, our horses are feeling it after they race here. So a little rain might go a long way. So this might be one of those weekends, I think, if you make notes on the horses, you kind of toss their performance, if that makes sense. Because this was a super hard, super fast course, is what I'm hearing. And I know you probably take notes on that kind of stuff, right, Frank? I mean, I know that what Phil used to tell us back in the day is like, yeah, I prefer Del Mar because Santa Anita is a pool table.
Yeah, I think it's a little different in the fall. I thought the track is. I thought the turf course has actually been very, very fair this meet. But
what I'm hearing is
the harder it gets.
It's very, very hard, is what I'm hearing. So that might be one of those things for you guys who keep notes like that. This might be one if your horse did not fire the way you thought on turf today. You kind of put a note and say, it was very hard, and see, go from there.
Anyone have anyone on this 9? Was anyone alive to the 9? Did anyone do anything?
Well, the only one cheering was
already out, and so were we, Leah. So
Tyler was cheering, and I was like, you had that horse and didn't tell us about it, but he was cheering for a carryover.
Smart man.
And he did not get a carryover. Someone actually had that. The robots had the horse.
Wow, that was just a head scratcher. This is
you know who galloped back really well after that, Frank? The motion horse. Make a note for that horse. Wherever he shows up next, that is an upgrade horse. Green screen. If my battery wasn't dying right now, I would be putting in my notes, upgrade that horse on your notes for next out. I'm telling you right now.
So Leah had that. It was second choice on Equine Edge. Put a little win place on. Okay. Did they give a reason why? Was that a pedigree angle for Equine Edge? Second time starter, O'Neill stat. Is there a reason why that horse was so high up in a race that I thought was very competitive?
Which one? Who did Equine say was an upgrade? 8 or the 9?
No, Leah Brandon had that the winner was second choice on Equine Edge.
Really?
So I'm asking. She's going to check for us right now. Stand by. Yeah, I'm always curious to know, what.
Oh, I love looking back. What? I'm like one of those things. Like I'm going to look back.
Working at Los Al.
Lascano was number 9, right?
7% winners first turf.
Lascano is 0 for his last 15.
Yeah, I just didn't see it.
Los Al works, but I will say, like I said earlier, that's one of those things you don't discount horses working on the dirt at Los Al coming to turf. It's a little different angle, and we talked about it a couple of shows ago. Like a lot of people will toss it. Well, there's no works on turf, but that dirt course at Los Al is very good for turf horses, if that makes sense.
Okay, so no notes as to why. I guess the algorithm was just good. 3-9 and then the long shot to the 8. Well, yeah, I couldn't have come up with that because just, traditional stats. The sire is only 7% with first turf. The dam produced 2 winners, but they were 0 for 7 on grass. Didn't show much in the debut at Los Al. Yeah, I just
worked at Los Al. Bullet works at Los Al. 59 seconds, which is pretty good at Los Al. Calumet, and then they go turf. So I mean, it's one of those things. If different horses went in here, we might have landed on this as a long shot, Frank. But yeah,
I wouldn't have landed on the horse as a long shot. The horse paid $50.
I will say the one horse I'm making notes out of this race is the 8 green screen for motion.
Yeah, that's let me just go real quick and see if optics had anything at all on that horse. Because sometimes optics, based on the horse's run style, might suggest a turf. Let's see. No, just wide, slumped off the rail. Yeah. I could not. I would have used 8 other horses before I used that horse. So
Yeah, but you know why I would have used this horse? If we were Del Mar, I would have. Remember when I was using horses that if the jockey or trainer was 0 for a lot, Lascano was 0 for the last 15, so another 0 goes down.
that's pretty funny. Down goes Frazier. All right, Ciaran. Well, we'll let you go. Enjoy your celebration.
All right, hang on. I'm gonna see if I can get one of the TVG guys to come hop on and say hi. He may not though. I'll be right back.
I apologize for Ciaran's behavior today. He's in a cup from Arrakis winning.
So much more as well.
I'm going to mute his microphone because we got the track announcement going on in the background. He might not even come back, so I don't know. Ice
cold. What's up, Frankie?
One of my favorite people in racing, Dave Weaver, a fan.
I waited 6 hours for this.
You're off the clock. You deserve it, my friend. Real quick though, did you have anything on that winner in the last?
So I was alive with Todd and a friend in the Sunset 6 with the 3 races from Gulfstream 4 deep. Didn't have the 9. They were paying anywhere between 11,000 and 36,000.
Who were you alive to?
3, 6, 8, 10. I had a small percentage, but we got a terrible trip. We ran second, third, and fourth. But no, I was not anywhere close to being on the 9.
Yeah, Dave, I'm with you. I could have gone 10 deep in there and still not used the. I mean, I just didn't see it. That's how it goes, man. I'm sorry. Well,
it was only a 9-horse field. I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Well, no,
I would have gone 8 deep and not used the 9-horse field.
Well, Frank, we bought someone else.
I'm gonna be up there tomorrow, so I'll say hi to you. Here.
So we all didn't hit the double. So what are we doing, Frank?
We're gonna go home in trouble.
Or we're going to Los Al. I'm going to Los Al.
I'm gonna go to Los Al and get in even more trouble. I like it. That's
more trouble. Yeah, it's happened before.
Love you, Dave. Are you around tomorrow?
I'll be here tomorrow. Come say hi, or vice versa. All right. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
All right, guys.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Dave Weaver, ice cold exacta, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
All right, Ciaran. Well, congratulations on. Is it Arrakis or Arrakis?
Oh my God, I'm gonna give Frank so much crap when he gets over here. It's Arrakis, damn it. So 92% chance of a show tomorrow. I would say yes. I mean, it might be on a tin can and a string. We got to find some good Wi-Fi.
We're going to plan on doing it. If there's a problem with the technology, we'll just let everybody know, but let's plan on it.
I really like the late double tomorrow. I mean, it looks chalky, which means it should pay a lot of money.
Right, exactly. Do the opposite.
Yep.
All right, Ciaran, well, enjoy the rest of your evening. Tell everybody there I said hello, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Love it.